Rich by popular demand.
The wait is over, homie.
Yes, it is. A-Town
Know
Connect.
the city gon' feel this.
Damn right.
Say two, I know you see me. Chris,
What up, boy?
I know both our pops looking at us. I used to dream.
Wayne Bridges, what up?
Money and the cars and girls.
Let's go.
But now I see
Big Phil, we made this shit happen, homie.
History in the
top of
making.
the world. The whole world. And now I
Hey.
sing, 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 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world.
Mama, I did
Now I
it.
sing, 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 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world.
Hey, man, I remember before I say that, wait, let me issue this statement. No way should reflection be mistaken for glorification. Now I remember so vivid, me and my niggas was living substandard conditions.
Hey guys, and welcome to Road to Raids episode 10. That was just a little montage to brighten things up a little bit with that rather boring grind instead of just doing clip after clip. As you can see, I just hit 86 crafting, which is pretty awesome. It does mean that I can boost quite easily to making the Zenite ring. And as you'll see later on in the video, I can make my Onyx amulet, the Fury obviously, and I made a regen bracelet for other useful things like pyramid plunder and some other things where healing quite quickly is heavily beneficial. So yeah, that was the end of the crafting grind. Thank God it took ages. So here's a couple of clues that I discovered that I had like lying around in my bank. I think I had to drop a hard one. You know, again, it was too deep in the world. The easy clue is absolute trash, but that's fine. And then there we go. That's actually a unique, those green d'hide traps G. So that was quite nice. And the purple sweets, I don't know. I think I'm kind of enjoying that collection, to be honest. So yeah, they're going okay. So just back to the crafting grind. This was the first time using this agility shortcut here. I'm so glad I pushed for 80 agility before I came and did 10,000 of these things. I mean, a couple of thousand was okay at the beginning with only 70 agility, but I don't think I would have got anywhere close with without 80 agility, to be honest. It was disgusting. Charging 10,000 orbs took me 3 days, you know, of pretty heavy gameplay. I have to admit, I've been grinding a little bit less. I've been a bit busier recently. But I still managed to crack on like, I don't know, I want to say like 5 hours a day, and it still took me 3 days, probably a bit longer each day, to get these done in that time period. But gladly we did. You can see here I'm just typing out, I was 8,381 till 96 mage just at the beginning. I noticed that on my OS buddy kind of thing, so yeah, I was just making a note of that. But we do obviously just keep going, and you can see here 86 mages just about to roll in. Go on, how many left? It can't be more than 1 or 2. Oh. So there we go. There's 96 mage coming in. That was really nice. You might notice I'm wearing a holy symbol there. I was using the prayer book to heal from poison, which was fantastically useful. It made the process a lot easier. But yeah, so we got 96 mage. Sadly, that's not the end of the orbs I had to charge. There was another, 1,600-ish or so after that. But here, through the magic of editing, you can see that I'm at the end. These are the last few orbs I had to do. And I'm so glad it's over. So glad. This has been a nightmare. And to anyone thinking, you know, oh, I'm going to do 10,000. There was somebody in the clan chat a couple of days after I finished saying he was going to do 13,000 in one stint, and I was trying to convince him just don't do it. Bearing in mind I spent 3 weeks grinding Slayer, like non-stop, ridiculous hours a day. You know, that was like 16, 18 hours a day I spent like 2 or 3 weeks just grinding Slayer. This is impossible to put those kind of hours in doing this crafting grind. It's so hard and boring. You know, and then the next thing obviously is buying up the battle staves, which was a nightmare. I have to admit I'm not very proactive with dailies and things like that. I have mentioned in other videos. So, you know, it was a bit of an afterthought getting these battle staves. I had got some ahead of time, as you saw there, but only about 1,000. So yeah, you can see I'm about to do my daily run for the sand and battle staves to stock up on all of that. And I'm just fishing on my main there as well, you just saw. So yeah, this took a horrendous amount of time. I really do not recommend it. You know, it's one of those things, you need to take breaks from it, to be honest. Do 1,000 at a time. this was a fun little clip. So I was really bored from the crafting grind one night, and I noticed, I believe Framed was doing a manhunt. There you go, you can see in the chat, manhunt world 57, and he was giving out prizes to the person who managed to survive. Basically, it was Cutthroat Clan were basically doing calling out and just trying to mash everyone, so we were doing a tank test. And on this map, I remembered this from years ago, and I just thought, you know, like, if I just keep hopping across the teleports, I'll be alright. And you can see they were killing the minions on that middle teleport there. I'd kind of dipped and come back this way, which was their spawn, as they were kind of killing a couple on the mid area. And so that actually managed to catch a couple of my pursuers, and I ended up hiding in the corner just for the last 30 seconds or so, and being the victor. And Framed gave me a Fury and a Whip for that, which was quite nice. I'll always take that, and nearly 5 mil for quite a lot of fun, actually. I quite like events like this. It does make me miss being in a clan quite a lot. I used to do these kind of clan wars on a very regular basis some years ago when I had a bit more free time, but alas, you know, you just can't pull it off nowadays. I mean, some people can, but I can't, unfortunately. So here we are. I've actually gone to Relica agility course to do some alking. As you know, if you've watched my previous videos, I love agility alking. This time I didn't. It was too many battle starves to be doing, and so I'm not perfect with my ticks, basically. I lose ticks whilst agility alking, but I don't mind because I'm kind of getting a bit of both. So I very soon realised that actually this was slowing my alking down dramatically. And I just needed to get this whole grind out of the way so I could move on to bigger and better things. So I did all the way on this rooftop, sorry, I should say, to 81 agility. There you go, you can see that. And that Slayer Dungeon Spiked Blades thing is just one of the most annoying obstacles. I don't know why, but from time to time I just forget that it's a really high requirement obstacle and try and go through it. Because obviously the first one you suspect with some things, you know, they're going to be the lower level obstacle, but actually no, it's the opposite way around. So the first one is the highest, and then it gets easier further into the Slayer Cave in Relica. So I got that one banged out of the way, and then I was just like, right, I'm just going to high out, like I'm going to stand there like a pleb and watch Castle Wars or whatever, and just high out. I actually ended up going to the PvP worlds and standing in GE and just watching the Darrocking fights and stuff like that. It made the time go by quite nicely, it was alright. And then the obligatory staff buying session again, and I think I've forgotten to do it today actually. So I'll have to go and do that after this video. But yeah, so at this point we are just kind of getting on with the high alks. We've got to keep going, basically. Here we go. So we're finally down to the last 10, and you can see there the cash stack is at 50 mil. Sadly, it doesn't tick over to 51 mil, but you know, it's close enough. This was quite a big challenge. I've high alked a lot, but not in something where I thought the grind was going to take me 3 days, and actually it ended up taking me a week and a half. And so towards the end of this, I was really just like, I've got to get it done as quick as possible. So I was just mashing the 5 key, you know, to alk those. And there we go, it's 50 mil, and just a little bit extra, 611k. And that's going to come in handy. I've got a lot of plans for that money. As you can see there, I was having to alk as I went through. You might have noticed I had only just hit 85 crafting, and now in this clip you can see I've hit 86. I had to make a few more orbs just afterwards to kind of just top up the level. But so this was the first of my plans with my cash. I wanted to buy a few Onyx. That was the whole point of the grind, basically. So I decided to buy enough Chaos Runes for 3 Onyxes to start me off. And I'm just doing some maths here. I'm trying to work out, what am I trying to work out again? Oh yeah, this is the cost, like the average cost roughly of an inventory. You know, I was getting really kind of anal here. I wanted to not run out of cash for an upcoming construction grind and things like that. So yeah, we 280k, that was acceptable. We just kept opening these until we had 90,000 basically. So it's 29,000 Chaos Runes for each Onyx. And so I just kept buying them, and it didn't cost me too much. It was only 9 mil, obviously. But yeah, so away we went. And this was... So, I've been playing RuneScape a long time, and there's a certain magic to an Iron Man that is great for players like me. But I'll talk about that more in a second. So here's my plan. You can see I've got my 83 construction kind of roughly costed out. So I am going to opt for teaks there with 12 mil cost. I'm also going to get them from MTK. So I worked out that was going to cost me another 4 mil cash in MTK, not including, you know, the extra 5 workers. So there's probably going to be about 12, 13 mil spent there. What did I just say? Sorry. No, it'll be 4 mil and it will turn into about 4-5 mil-ish basically with the other 5 workers. And then there's this kind of cost of the achievement galleries and the altar and that kind of thing that obviously you want for your end game PVM house. So yeah, we've got that all plotted out. I am going to have enough cash, especially if I continue the Slayer grind in order to get the demonic gorillas for the first Zenite. So yeah, here you can see I'm just selling off a bunch of chaos runes. I'm back in fixed mode because that's the way to do it. And cash stack is already depleted massively. So I mean, this was not even 15 minutes after I'd finished high alching. You can buy the runes that quickly and then sell them. You know, it literally took about 8 minutes to sell the runes. It was really easy. And this is one of those things I've never done before, and I think people make profit off this, and it's disgustingly easy, and I'd imagine more profitable from the GE, because people obviously sell chaos runes cheaper than you can get them in the stores. So if you're looking to make some money, this might be an option. It's quite quick, but very high investment, obviously. But yeah, so to go back to the point about an Iron Man for a player that has been playing for years and years, like, the beauty of it is that there's things I've never, ever done in this game. Surprisingly, really. You'd think if you've been playing for 13 years, you'd have done absolutely everything. But buying a Tokul, buying an Onyx it's the first time I've ever done this, you know, and it felt kind of strange. And not only was it the first time I was doing it, I was buying 3 at a time. And you know, even on my main, the idea of making my own Fury seems quite unachievable. You know, it's not a big grind really to get to 90 construction on a main, 90 crafting on a main, or even 85 to boost. You just have to spend the money. But hey ho, you know, I did it the long way on an Iron Man, strangely enough, and you know, that's kind of mind-boggling to me actually. And you know, if I want 5 Furies, there's nothing to stop me going out and making 5 Furies. You know, it's kind of crazy actually. Iron Men are powerful. You know, the mains are easy, but really, if you want to enjoy every aspect of the game, I think Iron Men are amazing, and you end up kind of doing everything that you thought you would never do and realizing actually that's quite easy, or it's not so bad, or you know, even thinking about grinds that you've never achieved before, they suddenly become something that you just have to do. And you know, that sits quite well with me, to be honest. It's been very interesting. I've really enjoyed it, and these Onyxes look great, don't they? So yeah, I'm just in the process of needing to get the boost to make the Fury Amulet. I can also make the Regen Bracelet, which, as I said, I was going to make. But this is a major upgrade for the account. I feel like not so much of a noob now. And as you can tell, the bank's a bit of a mess, but hey ho, you know, we've got to keep going. There's no time to clean it. So yeah, we're just going to use the furnace here and make our first couple of Onyx items. Cut all those gems. God, I bet I lost a lot of money there. I dread to think how much that would actually lose. But there we go. So we're going to start off with the nice easy Onyx bracelet because I've got the level for that. And then we're just checking out. There's the Onyx Amulet option. So I need 90 crafting. Luckily I only need a +4 because I got to 86 as I was so close. So that should be really easy. So let's see what happens. Excuse me. So there we go, straight off the bat, +4 boost, we're in, we've done it. Just got to attach the ball of wool, and we've got an uncharged Onyx Amulet. I've got the runes in the bank, obviously. I'm going to charge these 2 up, and then I'll be heavily equipped. So the regen bracelet was to give me access to pyramid plunder, just to make life a bit easier there, basically. I can obviously get into pyramid plunder, but I find it quite a nuisance, so a regen bracelet's going to help a lot. And then the Fury is just to feel powerful, honestly. You know, it looks great, it is great, it's defensive, it's as good as a glory for range and mage, and it has a strength bonus over it, so, you know, there's nothing can be said really. It's just the best, isn't it? I mean, until I get to the Amulet of Torture and stuff like that, but that's quite a bit more crafting training, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. Anyway, that's it for this video. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. There is a playlist of all these videos in the description, and I'm going to carry on grinding. I'll see you next week, guys. Take it easy. Peace.